I'm Jordan Dermaz, and this is how to choose a topic for your extended essay. Now for the extended essay, there are 4 very crucial criteria, steps, or stages that you need to know or you need to follow in order to choose a topic or a research question. Now imagine when you first started the extended essay, you probably already chose what you want to do. However, there are some pretty important things you must follow before you choose a topic in order to have a complete and successful extended essay. Now the 4 here I put into a little acronym, which is ECLA. And the reason why I put it in this order is because in a way it's chronologically how you should follow it. Now first you got to know what interests you, which I imagine might have been the first thing you thought of when you realized that you had to write this essay. Now next thing is, if you choose something that's outside of your classroom, like something you haven't taken, an IB class you haven't taken, or something that isn't necessarily in the textbook, you have to know your qualification. You have to know how well are you familiar with the material, and how much more familiar do you have to become in order to write your essay. And sometimes that can gauge how much longer it's going to take you to write the essay than writing something you're more familiar with. Now next is the literature. The literature is very important. You have to be able to find first-person accounts and accounts from that time period. If you find things from decades later, centuries later, like for example in texts about ancient Rome and ancient Greece, it becomes a little fuzzy about what's fact and what's story. Next is the last very important part is the analysis potential. You have to know how well can you analyze that subject. How well can you nitpick that subject and come up with a conclusion? The example I like giving for this, and I like hearing about this, is with the assassination of John Fitzgerald Kennedy. You can take it from a standpoint of, for example, how did the Cuban Missile Crisis lead to John F. Kennedy's assassination? That's a very broad question, and those are 2 different subjects that are being tied into each other. And it's very hard to have deep analysis with something like that. However, if you said something along the lines of, how did the U.S.-Cuban relations lead to Lee Harvey Oswald's beliefs, or something like that, then that may influence that's a more specific, more concise, and in a way more successful research question. Now I want to go back to interest. It's very important that you choose something that's interesting to you, and not something that's just easy. You're pouring 10, maybe 40 hours between that range of work into this essay. And if you do not pass, you will not get your diploma. This essay is also important because it can bring you extra points for your diploma. So much time and effort shouldn't go into something that you don't like studying or you don't like researching. Hopefully, you'll be able to choose something that you both enjoy and you will be able to find things and research on. Finally, remember, this is not a 5-paragraph essay. This is an analysis. This is almost like an investigation. Think of it, you're a journalist. So it's very important to keep that in mind while you're choosing what you're going to do. Thank you, and have a great day.